Let me read the text, Revelation 20:12 and beyond, that describes this event. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were opened. And another book was opened, which is the book of life, and the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged every man according to their works.
Every single sin that a person has committed is written down in the books. It can only be erased by the precious shed blood of Jesus Christ.
That's it.
Well, hell yeah! Damn! Those are the same reloads. I guess she just needed to be broken in. Alright. Let's go see if we hit a damn thing, though. A little over 2 years ago, I purchased and fell in love with my first Henry rifle. Out of the box, it shot so true and had an action that could only be described as breaking glass. At the time, I didn't know anything about the brand. I simply knew that I wanted a lever action chambered in .45 Colt. Henry was the only one I could find at a reasonable price. That brings us to present day, where I finally bit the bullet and purchased a .357 38 Special. These are essentially the same rifles with a different chambering in the barrel and slight changes to the inner workings to accommodate the smaller cartridge. And although on Henry's official website it claims that all of the big boys weigh 8.68 pounds, I believe this .357 is actually a little bit heavier than the .45 Colt. But you can correct me if I'm wrong. On my first 10 rounds I have a few hang-ups. Don't let this be disheartening to you. I wasn't expecting it because the .45 Colt shot so well out of the box. However, I was using reloads of .357 Magnum because unfortunately I left my factory rounds at the house. This caught me off guard at first, but after shooting a full 10 rounds of the reloads, everything after that fed and ejected almost perfectly. That's pretty much all I need to add for commentary, so I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Well, that ain't good. Alright, 5 shots. Let's see if they're on paper. Oh, hell yeah, they're on paper. Oh, 3 of them are freaking bullseyes at 50 yards on a 1 inch by 2 inch square. So Sights on right out of the factory. I love it. And I think it might just be a break-in issue because it seems like some of them are starting to eject now. But once again, these are my reloads and they can be pretty crappy sometimes. I'm gonna get in that box. She's a little rough. But she might not like these. First 10 shots out of the Henry Big Boy and 357 Magnum using my reloads, which seem to shoot really well, but load really bad. 10 shots, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 printer paper size target. And aiming right for the bullseye best I can. 50 yards. That is an accurate little rifle. Now it's iron sights. Ooh, if I had a scope on that baby. So I feel pretty silly for not bringing some factory 357s to shoot the new 357. In my defense, I thought I did. Here's some factory 38 specials. But I suspect these will probably do better than my reloads did. Ooh, that loading tube's pretty stout. Oh, that went right in there. All right, now I'm aiming for the bottom target this time, and I just want to make sure it's on paper. Yeah, it's on paper, just below the bullseye. One little hang up there. Looks like it was the last round. Let's double check. Yeah. Alright. Cool. So these Remington UMCs, which I assume are just target bullets because they're full metal jacket, these fed and ejected perfect right up until the last round. And I'm guessing the last round didn't eject simply because it didn't have another round under it to push it out. I also suspect that now that this 357 brass stuff that I was shooting is fire formed to the rifle, it'll probably be better on the next batch of bullets, because these reloads I'm using are actually first fired out of a 357 revolver. So that might be an issue with the feeding and all that. But enough talk. Let's light up that last target. Have a little bit of fun. Looks like I was getting about the same elevation. This pulling off to the left was probably me as I started shooting faster. All right, so we're just shy of 50 yards, probably 45. Just gonna sit down, shoot, and relax. So, first Henry I bought was 45 Colt. It's a big boy just like this one. As a matter of fact, I believe the frame, barrel, pretty much everything about it is identical as far as dimensions, with the only altercation being to the barrel diameter and of course the inner workings to handle a smaller cartridge. So the receiver on this, if I am correct, is the exact same thickness, simply has more material than the 44 Magnum and the 45 Colt. So don't take my word for it, but theoretically this should be able to handle some really hot loads. Far stouter than factory. Not that I'm ever really going to do that, but I mean, I might load up some pretty high-end loads and take it hunting someday. I don't know. Hot damn, this freaking twist pin, cotter pin, whatever that holds it in place is really stiff. Maybe I put too many rounds in. I might have put too many rounds in. I wasn't paying attention. I might have put 11 in. All right, try that again. Yeah, that's better. Woo! Almost had this open all the way. Thank God I didn't. That'd have been a pain in the ass. It wouldn't be dangerous. What happens is a round slides up under the loading tray and you can't close it. These are the reloads. Loaded in there like butter. Must be the last round again. Yeah. Instead of 357 brass, or 38. I got some 38s mixed up in my 357s. Nope, 357. Okay, here's what I've noticed so far. Is after them first 10 shots of the Remington 38 specials, my reload 357s are feed and ejecting no problem. And accuracy seems to be right where I want it to be. The only thing I'm noticing right now is occasionally the last round is not ejecting. And so when you go to close the lever again, that empty shell is just getting hung up. Hopefully that's just a break-in issue. I remember a few minor little quirks similar to that with my 45 Colt, but those went away after the first time taking it to the range, so I suspect this will too. Time will tell. Let's do some more 357s and then we'll finish it off with some 38s. Now, it's really tempting just to shoot fast, just shoot, rack, shoot, rack. But this time I'm going to try and catch myself. I'm going to try and slow down and be as accurate as I can on our little orange target down there. All right. All right, we're gonna try something a little different here. This is not a technique I would use with a high-powered rifle because it would beat the crap out of your shoulder. But for these little pistol caliber rifles, I found this to be relatively accurate. Oh, I know I pulled that one. See, I just want to shoot it. I don't want to slow down and aim. I just want to shoot it. Alright, that last one ejected no problem. Another thing I noticed, if you're used to shooting like 30-30 levers, or even some of the big bore like 45 government, you expect the throw to be a lot longer on this, and it's about half. Whereas the lever on my Marlin 30-30 I think would come out to about here. So when you're going to basically rack it, you just got to get a feel for it. Once you get into that sweet spot, you seem to shoot out, shoot in, no problem. Only two 357s left. I'll just save those probably for a picture or something. All right, 38s. One more, guys. I'm gonna try and stack these ones on the bottom green target, just so I don't mix them up with the 357s. Oh, this is turning into a real nice day. I was worried after those first 10 shots. I ain't worried no more. All right, let's shoot that bottom green target relatively fast. Going to bounce back in. That's all she wrote, boys. Let's go see if we did any damage. I have a good feeling about this. All right, so you guys saw it before I did, but it looks like my windage for most of those shots, dead on. Super excited about that. A little off on the elevation, but hey, I'm happy with that. At 50 yards, if that were a deer, looks like I'd have had a lot of dead deer.